What's up, guys? It's your boy Zowoki back with another of the Chris Watts, Nichol Kessinger video. Now, a lot of you guys have been sending me this clip from Crime Catalyst, another YouTube channel that I definitely do enjoy watching very much. This title is proof that Nichol Kessinger is and was being investigated still after the case being concluded. Apparently, David Carter shared a phone call that he had with Tammy Lee, which they both had stated that we're still going to look into things. Did they continue? Are they still looking? I mean, with this whole new letter that we're looking at right now, when it shows that Chris is confessing now that, yeah, Nichol Kessinger was involved. She was there. She murdered the girls. But what is being done? I mean, is people like waking up and starting to say, hey, we need to start looking at this because we messed up. I'm not quite sure, but we're going to look into this video right now and kind of discuss what could be after this. So before we go any further, if you guys could do me a solid favor and subscribe to the YouTube channel by hitting that wiper icon down the bottom right, hit that bell icon next to it, so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I've posted that video, and then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, I thank you guys so very much for that love and support that you guys continuously show on this channel. Keep doing what you guys are doing, and we'll continue to keep growing together. With that being said, also go over to Crime Catalyst, give her some love, and do the thing. Subscribe, comment, like, and share. And with that being said, let's get into the video.
He said that he was protecting her because he didn't want her to go to prison. He was trying to protect her.
And he told you this?
Yes, he told me that out of his mouth when I was at Dodge.
And this is a different person that was with him in his cell. This is not Dylan Talman. So this guy's saying it. Dylan Talman is saying it, but he's saying it because Chris said it in his letter. What more evidence do you need to actually start investigating this situation with Nichol Kessinger? Really? She's got a great channel. You guys got to check it out. I definitely do enjoy her channel.
David Carter was at Dodge Correctional with Chris Watts, and since getting out, he has made appearances on several YouTube channels. He claimed that Chris Watts told him that he didn't hurt his girls. Surprise, surprise, right? He said that Chris told him that Nikki Kessinger killed Bella and Cece, and he wanted to protect her. David recently got a call from someone whose voice is very familiar to those who have followed the Chris Watts case.
Hey, is it Daniel?
No, it's actually David.
It's David, okay. Sorry, I thought you were saying it's Daniel.
That's the voice of Tammy Lee, who was an investigator and polygraph examiner in the Chris Watts case. She has made many appearances on TV shows where she spoke about her work on the case and how it impacted her life. In a recent news article, she shared that she had wanted to be in law enforcement since she was 14 years old because she was inspired by the movie Silence of the Lambs. Tammy admitted to developing a connection with Shanann, Bella, and Cece. She has made statements that seem like she was not pleased with the investigation in the Watts case, saying he stopped the clock and the case felt unfinished. So why is she calling David Carter? Well, on the 3-year anniversary of the murders, just this past August, David decided to report to the FBI what Chris Watts had told him back when they were in prison together. And he got a call back.
So yet, he contacts the FBI, tells them about this situation, that when he was in prison, this is what was said. Did they do anything about it? Obviously not, because we don't see anything as a resolution or resolve. Nichol Kessinger's still out there, because I guarantee if she was arrested, it would have made headlines.
From none other than Tammy Lee herself. And boy, did she have some interesting questions.
Hello?
Hey, is it Daniel?
No, it's actually David.
It's David, okay. Sorry, I thought you were saying it's Daniel.
said Tammy Lee was your name?
Yes.
Okay. You said you was calling me about a voicemail left on Agent Taylor's voicemail?
Yeah, that's correct. So I'm actually the one that handled that case, so I was just giving you a call back. I had another lady call me, probably last week, that said that you had information as well, that you had been an inmate with Chris Watts in prison.
Hey, I was at Dodge with him on 2 different occasions, and he told me that Nichol killed his daughters and he killed Shanann, and he couldn't kill his daughters because they felt that he shouldn't kill his daughters because he wouldn't be able to stomach being able to kill them.
Okay, so he said that...
Which there was throw up found at the place. They say they collected it, but did they test it because of the whole situation with D.A. Rourke closing the case down? Things went at a halt. Did they test that?
Nikki killed the little kids and the little girls, and he killed his wife.
Yeah, and he was protecting her because he didn't want her to go to prison. He was already going down for the murder anyway, so he was never getting out.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he told me that Nichol killed his daughters and he killed Shanann.
And that he was going to go down for it anyway, so he might as well just take responsibility for all of it?
Yeah, he didn't want Nichol or Nikki to take any of it because he loved her and he wanted to protect her. Nikki smothered the girls and he choked Shanann out.
And if you think about it, there's no payout for him to do this. He's not going to get publicity for this. He sounds genuinely concerned about telling her. So could this be legit? It just floors me.
He didn't want the baby. He didn't want Nichol, and he was afraid that she was going to take the house and that he would never see the kids. And they wanted to live together, so that's why they did.
Do you know if she helped do anything else as far as their disposal or?
Yeah, I believe he said that she helped him get those the babies in the oil tanks and that he got their Shanann.
Sorry, I'm just taking some notes. Did you talk at all about like having to drug the little girls, or like how Nikki smothered them, or at what point she smothered them?
He said that she smothered them with a.
He said he strangled them, but they were smothered. And then later on, then he says that they're smothered. But the first one in the investigation, when it was Tammy and that other one, I can't remember. He said strangled the girls, which it wasn't strangled. He strangled Shanann. You just got to really catch how he said it. He strangled Shanann, but then he strangled the girls. But then later in the a different interview, he said smothered. So he changed it.
I might get her issue. I want to say that it was at the gravesite, but I'm not sure.
So that she was out there because she helped them get in the oil tanks and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So if the FBI, Graham Coder and I, we're the ones that worked on the case.
Coder.
If we wanted to come out there and talk to you, would you be willing to like have an actual formal interview with us?
Yeah, I can do that.
Would you be willing to do that? Okay. So I have your
Where's that interview? I'd like to see that formal interview.
number. Let me talk to him, and can I get with you next week, and we can maybe figure out a time to come chat with you?
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, Tammy, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. Yeah. So I talked to Graham Coder, the FBI guy.
Yeah.
That was with me. So we're still trying to work on trying to figure stuff out. We're trying to get, any kind of, corroborating evidence that we can find to show that she was possibly involved. As far as like phone data and, all of that kind of stuff. So we're still working on our end with that stuff. Kind of going back through records and things like that. So have you learned anything since we talked last, or?
Just that he said that she was there and that she killed the girls and he killed Shanann and he wanted to be with her.
So, and David, I don't know if this is going to be a thing or not, but would you be willing to take a polygraph to show that you're telling the truth about it?
Okay, so I want to know this right now. If they're asking him willing to take a polygraph to show that he's telling the truth, why didn't they give a polygraph to Miss Nichol Kessinger? That literally floors me that they're willing to give this man a polygraph, but they're not going to give Nichol Kessinger one?
About what Chris told you?
Yeah, I would be willing to do that.
Okay. Well, let me,
So he's willing to So where's that? Where's the polygraph to show that he's telling the truth? Where's that interview?
Graham is out of pocket the next few days, so let me get with him. And like I said, we're still going over some records. And as soon as I can figure that out, I talked to the boss in our major crimes unit, and we're going to try and see if there's a possibility we could come out and chat with you and possibly do a polygraph.
Okay.
Just so we can, show that it's legit.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay. So if you have any other, if anyone contacts you or if you have any questions, you can text me or give me a shout. But otherwise, I'll probably just give you a shout next week, and after we have more time to go through some records and see what we can find.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Now, to me, that sounds like they are still looking into Nichol Kessinger. Tammy said we are still going over some records. She said we're trying to find evidence that corroborates that she was there. Then she said we talked to the boss at the major crimes unit to see if they could come out to talk to David. So there's definitely some investigating going on. David said that he has not heard back from Tammy since the last time she called, so they have not set up a date for him to take a polygraph test yet. But since Tammy Lee is still working for CBI, hopefully with her dedication to her job, if there is any evidence of anyone else being involved, Tammy will ensure that charges are brought forth.
I'm sorry. How do I say this? They had the ability to prove it by, one, polygraphing Chris, giving him a couple questions. Was Nichol Kessinger there? Was she involved? Yes or no questions. Go to Nichol Kessinger, asking her on a lie detector. Were you involved the morning of the murders? Did you help Chris Watts in the murders? 2 questions. 2 questions to validate each other. And then a third person, this David Carter, ask him, are you telling the truth that Chris Watts told you that Nichol Kessinger murdered his girls and helped clean it up? So in those 3 questions, or those 3 people, we could literally have it broken wide open. It could either be completely closed as finding out that Nichol Kessinger is innocent and did not participate, or we could have her found guilty, put away for however they decide for her involvement for the felonies that she had caused, and the case would be closed. The reason why, and I say this every single time, the reason why this case continues to baffle and be a mystery in the true crime world is because people believe that there was somebody else involved in the Watts murders, not just Chris Watts. Some people believe that some coworkers were involved. I don't believe that, because why would they be involved? What is their benefit? I've looked at it, possibly insurance money that Chris could have gotten, and then he could have split it with some other people. But the big person that had motive for these murders to take place is Chris and Nichol Kessinger. Because then she would have been able to slip in and be with Chris like she wanted, not to have kids because she didn't want kids that weren't hers, because she wanted to start new things. She wanted to start first things with Chris. And she wanted to be like Shanann. So that is her motive. Plus, she could have gotten insurance money through this all if they would have been able to collect the insurance money. And it just floors me still that Chris was the only one polygraphed. Nichol Kessinger could be polygraphed. This David Carter could be polygraphed. What's his name? Dylan Talman. He could be polygraphed. And then they always say, oh, the polygraphs are expensive. Like, seriously? it all comes down to money that these people are doing this. But then I had a kind of theory that what if, with all this coming out, just hypothetically, the letter coming out just recently stating that Chris Watts, he put it back in 2020, but Dylan Talman has been releasing his books 1, 2, and 3, which shows the letter that's inside said book. So that's why this is starting to get a little bit explosive with this content that's coming out about NK. What if DA Rourke is waiting for the perfect time right before the elections, and that he somehow gets into talking with Nichol, finds out that she's guilty, he locks her up, whatever have you, he looks like the hero again, and then he's voted in. I don't think anybody's going against him right now in that voting, or not the voting, but not the registry. I'm drawing a blank here. In this campaign, there we go. I think he's the only one at this moment. I looked at it this morning and I don't see anybody running against him. But wouldn't it be somewhat of a kind of like heroic thing for him to do, like he did when Chris Watts, because Chris Watts's whole thing was going to take place on the 19th of November, but lo and behold, the trial went into the 6th of November, which was actually the 6th of November in that area, was the voting for the campaign for DA. Just so happened that he put it on the day of him being voted in. I'm telling you, there's something very fishy going on with Dylan Talman and his book coming out, and the letter stating that NK was involved. We have 2 eyewitnesses, or not eyewitnesses, but witnesses that heard Chris Watts stating this. Couldn't they send in like a new roommate that has a microphone on him, and that Chris Watts says this to them actually face to face? I mean, literally, you can't tell me you have nothing better to do besides probably other cases, but you can't open this up and seal it and get it done and over with. People tell us all the time on all these YouTube channels to stop talking about this case, to get over the case. It's done. It's over with. Obviously, it's not when we're finding out that Nichol Kessinger could have been involved, because we got a letter and we have witnesses that state that Chris Watts told them about this. So it's obviously not done. And that's why this continuously stays open as one of the highest ranking murder cases, is because we don't know the what ifs about Nichol Kessinger. That is the problem with this case. What is your guys' thoughts? Let me know down in the comments. I would surely appreciate to hear all your guys' opinions, your theories. Do you think I'm onto something? Do you think I'm a complete kook? There's going to be some people that hate me that are going to say I'm a kook. But this is the kind of stuff that I'm thinking about on the regular. I'm like thinking to myself, well, this could be that could be this. I'm like, whoa, hey now, look at this. Let's go down this rabbit hole, or the Watts Island and so forth. Again, it's getting scary. It's continuously scary. So, again, do what I just said about in the comments. Hit the like button for the obvious reasons that hopefully one day we'll find that justice to get this case completely signed, sealed, and delivered. And we'll see you guys in the next one. So please take care, be safe, and as always, keep nerding on, and we'll see you guys next time.